Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today I'm here with my friend and colleague, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. So sit back, relax. Let's have that coffee, tea, and conversations with the Biz Chicks. We just want to welcome you, and we want you to know that we're here every Monday for this conversation. So, today's conversation, let me get it posted, Fran. You want to tell them what?
Well, it's a question. We're just gonna have this lively discussion. Hey, Maureen, good morning. So, if money were no object, would you do what you're doing now? I-
Ah,
If money was no object, would you be doing what you're doing now?
mm-hmm,
And I the question came up because many people are really they have a dream.
mm-hmm.
They have Maureen said yes, she would be doing what she's doing now. There are many people who have a dream. I read one article actually this morning where he went to med school, he became a doctor, he was you know doing all the doctor things, and then he asked the senior doctors over him if would you still be doing this right now if and half of them said no.
I think because sometimes the things that we s- trained for or that we um, s- strove to become a part of, that we strive to be um, what would you call it, knowledgeable in, so that we can practice that profession or whatever it is that we're trying to achieve, open that nonprofit or open that business. When we find out the sacrifices and the emotional cost, as well as the debt that it leaves us in, and
Hmm.
then being in the medical field, I would imagine you'd see a great more amount of suffering than you anticipated, because you're thinking about going in it to be a healer. But what happens when people pass? Um, that has an effect. We're all human beings, so I
Right.
think those things can have an effect on whether or not you'd want to still be doing that thing.
Well, and the thing was, a lot of them never wanted to do that thing in the first place. It pays a lot of money, or you
Uh,
think it pays
the
a
reason
lot of
they got
money.
into it.
The reason why they got into it was the money. Um, that's a lot of people get in, become a lawyer, become an engineer, become a doctor, become all of these things that afford you money,
Hmm.
but it's not the life that you dreamed of. It's not the life that you wanted. Uh, and we many times talk.
Yeah, this is a good one too. Maureen says, or someone expected you to do it. Yeah, you
Right.
know.
So
Mhm.
there's arranged marriages. There are a lot of arranged careers.
And I know a young man who took his life because his father was a doctor, and he had always expected him to be a doctor, and in med school he couldn't do it, and he just took his life. And it's just so sad when we would rather not disappoint people. We'd rather leave than disappoint someone.
And they would probably rather have you on this planet doing something
Absolutely.
you
Abs-
really wanted to do rather than you not be here.
mhm, mhm.
Right. So and it's just this pause for thinking. We're going into different seasons, and we need to pause and think: am I really doing what I want to be doing? And or am I doing what I'm doing because the money is really good, and you think it puts food on the table, but what is it taking away from your life?
Mhm.
Even though it might be putting food on the table, it might be uh, doing some other things, but it's not fulfilling you. And then
Mm.
we have a comment from Mark.
Yes, we have a comment from Mark. Hi, Mark. How you doing this morning? The greatest error that many make when seeking a new position is that they begin by looking at things that fit their experience and training instead of what they want to do. It is what we are taught. And he goes on to say, naturally, experience matters, okay, but it should not be the first thing on the checklist, no matter what a recruiter tells you.
Correct. There are many, many people who are suffering going to work every day, and it's pulling them, it's pulling life from them to be where they are. And they're, oh, I can't do this. And to the point where you made about the young man who took his life, he couldn't he couldn't handle that.
Mm-mm.
Not, uh-oh.
We can still hear you.
Okay, stand by then. That was
Maureen,
weird.
Maureen says, I agree with Mark. Yeah, that naturally experience matters, but it should not be the first thing on the checklist, no matter what a recruiter tells you. Okay. Hmm.
Right. It should not. And you should be doing the thing that, now you might have to, we're not telling you not to take a job, but you should still be doing something that you'd love to be doing. Be in somewhere in the vicinity of the thing that you love to be doing. Maybe you work part-time, and then the other part-time you're doing the thing that gives you life, that brings you fulfillment, that brings you joy. You're doing those things
Mm.
in addition to, okay, I know I need to have pay the rent and get some food, but you can do both. And Mark has another comment. He says, this is why I do what I do. When I begin to feel disengaged, all that I have to do is go to the loop here in Chicago during the morning rush. The grimace on people's faces says it all. The Walking Dead.
Wow.
And that's true.
It
Because
is a
people,
reminder. It is a reminder because now that I'm retired, when I see people doing the commute, and I at the time I didn't realize just how stressful it probably was.
right. And
Mhm.
they're doing the commute, they're doing the thing, and they're figuring the
Mhm.
commute, and they put the coffee on in the morning, and they're doing all this other stuff, but they're not
Mhm.
happy.
Well, as the family grows, the checklist gets longer and longer too.
Mm.
Because
Okay,
now,
now we
I
got to
mean,
take these kids to soccer, and then we got to take them to dance and ballet, and I got to pay more money for this. And then, but on the meantime, the thing that you wanted to do gets pushed.
to the background.
Right. and
Hmm.
and you're not happy.
Well, did anybody say anything about happiness here?
But that the whole point of it is, you should be doing work that brings you joy, that brings a smile to your face. One of your sayings is, do what makes you
Use.
smile.
Yeah,
And you can tell, like Mark says, people are not smiling while they walk into the office buildings. They're like, ugh.
they look. Oh, Maureen says they are numb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are. Maureen. Mark says, find what you love, see what is required to do that, then look at how your experience can be applied and what your training or experience you need to acquire in order to do it.
Yep.
So in other words, start working on getting to what makes you smile, being
Right.
able to do that. Mhm.
Sometimes, Mark says, sometimes your current job is tuition. It is a bridge paying your bills while you prepare yourself for what you really want. That is so true. And I heard of the story, and I got to go watch the video of a guy who wanted to be an astronaut. Ever since he was a kid, he wanted to go into space and he wanted to be an astronaut. And he is now what, almost 30 something years old. They probably told him that boat has sailed.
Mm.
But he became an astronaut. He went to NASA. And I believe it's on the Disney Channel, if I'm not mistaken. So I thought I put that in my little thing because I needed to watch that. This dude went and fulfilled his childhood dreams, because when kids are laying on the grass looking up at the stars and stuff, he wanted to be up there with
Mm.
the stars.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe he was Hispanic. And okay, how you gonna get to Nassau?
To NASA. Uh-huh. Yeah.
But he did it.
Yeah.
He did it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. You
and
know,
and especially when they tell you it's too late. Come on now, 30,
how
40.
often, how many times do we hear it's too late? It's too late to be an NBA player. It's too late to to play football. It's too late, to do these major sports, or it's too late to do this occupation. Um, and then we see people with extended careers. I think all of these myths about requirements are really being broken daily.
Yes. And who are we to tell someone that it cannot be done?
Stop crushing people's dreams. And you know something, I that I'm learning as I mature, is that just because people don't do what you did to mark what you construe as the path to success does not mean they won't get there.
Right. Dr. Tati, good morning.
I know.
Mark says the greatest achievers in history never relied on the good opinion of others.
Hmm.
That's so true. And then Maureen says it's never too late once you have breath in your lungs.
I love it,
And she
Maureen.
said that's what she's learning. If you're breathing, you can do it. Okay,
Mhm.
we heard the story of Colonel Sanders didn't start nothing until he was 60. He could have said, "Oh, everybody else is cooking chicken. I'm not going to do that. I'm 60." Joyce Myers, who said that you can go into ministry at 60 something?
You
Other
know,
There are people who are doing these things in spite of the fact that they have ages. Now, so if we're going to look at ages, what whole was Moses when he started? 120 or
80, 120.
80? He was 80. Okay, come on now. Starting, started, started.
So we say all this to say, when you are thinking about your life, ask yourself, if money were no object, would you do what you are doing right now?
Yeah. Because once you decide to do, like Mark was saying in his comments, once you decide what it is that you do, the resources begin to come to you when you are fulfilling that dream or that vision that's in your heart. The resources begin to appear for
Mhm,
you because you're out looking, because you're not spending your time focusing it on another realm somewhere, and you're
mhm,
supposed to be in this realm. So the resources are in the realm where you're supposed to be.
mhm,
But if you're looking to go find the resources or go find the money first, you'll always be chasing something because there's money because there are a lot of people who are chasing the money, even people who are doing courses and stuff. They're chasing the money that they see other course creators making, but they
Mhm.
don't understand is that the course creator is getting paid because that person is solving a particular problem, and
Mm,
that's why people are flocking to that course or to that thing, because the thing that they're offering is a help to people.
mhm,
It wasn't about the money, it was about helping the people. And so I think if we just make that little tune, you'll get paid for the thing that you want to do. And like Mark said, let or like let that be let it your job be your tuition or your angel investor. Whatever you're doing right now could be the thing that's funding the thing you want to do.
mhm.
Yeah. And another good documentary slash movie to watch was Flamin' Hot.
Oh, okay.
How the Flamin' Hot Cheetos came to
Mhm,
pass.
mhm,
It was good. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a really good reminder of perseverance and taking risk and pushing forward, um, and just taking courage at different points. He didn't have to be courageous 24/7, but he did need to be courageous for a couple of in a few instances where he needed to take courage. I'm not going to tell you about the movie. It's on a lot of different channels, but it's definitely on Disney Plus. I do believe it's on Prime or something else. But Flaming Hot, I was like, wow, these are people who who push past the resistance,
mm,
push
mhm.
past the seeming limits, and they did it. And we're now enjoying flaming hot Cheetos, flaming hot popcorn, flaming hot Doritos, and everything else because one man pushed against the odds. It's like, what will you, what will you, what will we be talking about with you because you pushed against something else and you went to go find something that you're doing in spite of whether or not the money is there.
Mm, mhm.
We can do these things. So that anyway,
So
if
that's
money
what we
weren't
want.
no object, would you still be doing what you're doing right now?
And I think sometimes we need to stop and ask ourselves that, because we need to check in and make sure we're still happy. Do you
Right.
understand what I mean?
And then we didn't get caught in, oh my God, I have to pay the rent, or I
Or
got to do
someone
this.
else's expectations. I
Right.
need this and I need you to do that and I need you to do this. You understand what I'm saying? And the next thing you know, there's no room for the thing that brought us joy.
Correct. So that is all I have, Terry, unless you
That
wanted to add
that's
something.
all I got, guys. I just want to share that with you. Uh, we can go in and talk about the fact that if you're looking to become a part of the Biz Chicks community, you can join Biz Chicks at 33777, or you can find us over at bizchicks.net because we're here to help take the hassle out of your hustle. So
All
we'll
right.
be tomorrow we'll be here with Terry Johnson online everywhere talking about social media strategies for marketing. On Wednesday, we'll be talking with Coach Karen Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada, talking about money, your mind on your money, and your money on your mind. And on Thursday, we'll be talking Happy Healthy Habits with Robin Shimizu and friends. And on Friday, come on over and talk tech with the Tech Divas here on Biz Chicks TV. We love you guys, and we want to remind you it's okay to make money in your business. So go to the front of your own line. Have a great day. Bye bye, everyone.